interesting group because all teams in that group finished with 4 points. Belgium, Ukraine, Romania, and Slovakia, they all finished with 4 points. Unfortunately for Ukraine, they are out. But this is the first time we are seeing 4 teams in one group finishing the same points, but one of them has to go out of the group because they only do first 2 qualifiers, then best third in that group. So Ukraine are out. Unfortunately for them, they didn't get the needed win against Belgium. Belgium needed a draw, and they got a draw in that game. So let's talk about Belgium game because Belgium they are one of the favorites. They're supposed to be one of the favorites in this group or in this tournament, but they have performed these 3 games. They have not really performed well like champions or people that want to win this tournament. Do you think now, John? Do you think that they have what it takes in this next round to go far in this tournament?
For me, if you look at the way they played over the 3 games, it's a mixed bag actually. You look at the performances, you look at games they should be winning, you look at where they drop points off, and you can't help but feel as though they have disappointed. You can't help but feel as though they've disappointed their fans, the Red Dragon fans back home, and those who made the trip all the way to Germany for this competition. So I feel like it's a let-off in the sense that they've qualified, but they are not sure to continue to the later stages, because if you look at who they could meet in the next fixture, it could be bye-bye for them.
John, I disagree with you. The atmosphere is breeding disappointment right now. From performance on the pitch, from attitude off the pitch, from excuses they've made, the atmosphere around them is breeding disappointment all through. Because how can you go to a competition after getting so much as the 3rd position in the last World Cups, 2018 World Cups? You end up coming to the, you're playing like the Croatian side now, where you're mixing the same old, the same old players. Now you add a little of young lads that could impress, and you put them on the bench. Your first game, you're supposed to be winning it, you're putting a Telemans on the bench. Now this game again, you're supposed to be winning it by far, and you're starting an Onana in midfield. What are you defending for?
They're telling you the point.
What are they defending for? Now you playing an Onana means you're defending.
It's just the same thing actually, because they failed to impress. They failed to win their battles in sense of starting up with a starting 11 that can deliver the 3 points. They failed to be nimble when it was required, making the changes,
John,
bringing on the younger players.
Look at this attacking squad. These guys have Lukaku, Doku, Trossard, and De Bruyne, and these guys are the ones.
Yeah, but something is not working in there.
So that's the problem. What do they need to fix? They need to, for example, first game they played 3 at the back. It didn't work. They lost the game. Now they switched position. Now he's been trying Doku from the right. Now he tried Doku from the left. So they have been trying to find. So this Belgium team, I'm thinking that, for example, that this coach needs to tell them something. There's something missing there. They are not playing the way everybody's expecting them to play.
They're not playing the way everybody's expecting them to play, but it's not from lack of instruction. It's not from lack of directive from the manager.
Lack of personnel.
It's not from lack of talent either.
Come on now.
It's not for lack of talent either. I think the only thing you can question in there is the mentality of the entire team, the desire to win it, and then the choices of the manager in making the calls. His calls haven't been what it should be. There are a couple of players who are sitting on the bench, who are kicking themselves right there sitting on the bench because they're not getting a look in the team, and it's disheartening. And then you bring somebody on in 5 or 10 minutes to go or 15 minutes to go. What do you want the person to come and do with that time?
No, so let's talk about Ukraine. Ukraine needed probably to win this game, but they benched Zinchenko, play 3 at the back. I didn't know what they are expecting. Probably they were expecting they get a draw from this game, and probably one of the other side of the group, somebody wins.
With the performance Romania has put in, we are expecting Romania to win that game against Slovakia. Now,
yes,
with that expectation, they could at least play their own bit of good football as well. We're talking about.
They are looking for a draw, and
they're talking about Zinchenko not playing. There's a player there that plays for Everton.
Yarmolenko, yes.
Not Yarmolenko, Milenko, who is also been a fantastic wing back for Everton so far, and he's playing in this position now, thinking okay he could do better than Zinchenko, and he didn't. But Yarmolenko didn't come in, and this is the problem we have
because they needed to defend. That's what they need.
You don't need to
For
defend
me,
against
for me,
a
they
team
didn't
that
need to defend because look at the group. For example, now you're already almost on your way out. You do not want to be pressing calculator for who is going to be best third. Look at the goals they've conceded already. Look at the opponent they are playing in this final match. You needed to have your best team out there and your best players out there. For me, Zinchenko should have been in the match, if not in a wing back position. He should be in the midfield where he can make a contribution towards the team's full efforts going forward. And we didn't see that today. It's sad to see, but they're on their way home now, and we hope they have
the worst
better
part
luck
is
going
it's painful
forward.
where a team that has 3 points is progressing to the next stage, and a team that has 4 points
is going home.
It's going back home. It's painful, man. But all the same, you have to look at the structure of play, if not from the goals they considered in their first game. I think they'll probably be on their way now to be one of those best teams you look out for, because they've got the talent, they've got the squad, they've got the depth to hurt other players. And you see them in a group where there's a Belgium who's supposed to be running away with 9 points. Belgium is now finishing second, and every other person in that group is finishing 4 points. Nobody's
For me,
top.
the main thing is looking at this group now. Looking at you talk about Ukraine. Looking at their chance qualifying out of this group, they had every window of opportunity.
They had a better chance than Slovakia,
yes,
I think, from
they
the
had
start.
every opportunity to push for that. And sorry to cut you short now. They had every opportunity to push for that, to look to qualify out of this group, if not as second, as best third. Though nobody should be targeting best third because it's not within your control. Okay, but the core metrics that they should control going into every match, core metrics as like goals you concede, errors you make at the back, how you play out, how you respond when stuff hit the fan and all those stuff. Those metrics that you control, the way you play the ball, your possession, the way you transit the game, and all those things, they failed on a couple of those metrics over time. How do you concede the amount of goals you concede in the first game? And of course, looking in hindsight now, you're going to fault them on the conceding of the goals. But if they had the mentality to go out there to defend, to play for themselves, and to attack as they defend as well as a unit, then they wouldn't have had these goals they've conceded now that would be the one biting them now.
Just like Austria, Romania did a miracle. Would I call it a miracle or a magic? For them to top
nothing special.
But come on, this is Romania. Nobody expected them to top this group.
Okay, look at topping the group with 4 points and goal difference. Nothing special. The Austrian own is different.
If you ask me, they are topping that group just because Belgium underperformed. Basically,
whose problem is that?
Basically,
okay, for you to win a league, somebody needs to underperform. If everybody is perfect, then who wins the league? so I don't understand what you're saying about underperforming.
Yeah, because you are hyping them up to be like whatever in the
league. For everybody, even from the beginning of the top competition so far, we believed Belgium was going to be going into the finals because we've seen them play this competition over and over again, giving a performance from 2016 up until 2022 and the last World Cup edition. So in the Euros, you expect them to even give a performance.
But now, like they say, one does never end. A couple of seasons back, a couple of years back, it was Belgium being touted as the next ones to go in there and do the big deal. It hasn't paid off, and Germany that have had a terrible run of competitions are shining in this competition. So
okay, well, let's give flowers to Romania, no matter what you say, and kudos to Slovakia too. Nobody actually, I was expecting, if somebody needs to go qualify from this group, it has to be Romania, Belgium, and Ukraine. But somehow, Slovakia survived. Romania topped the group, so kudos to them. No matter what you say, that whether Belgium underperformed or overperformed, it doesn't matter. Main thing that Romania topped this group, and it was a surprise for everybody.
Let's see how far they go.
And if you look at this tournament, I think there is something wrong. Probably talk about this thing later. After the first round, something went off for this on this Euros. Everybody has been playing 1-0, 0-0 draws, 1-0, 0-0. It has been like a boring game throughout. But we need to see fire. Kudos to Romania. Kudos to everybody that has qualified. Another match, the last batch of match will be played by 8 o'clock, where we will now determine who plays the knockout stage. And I hope this knockout stage will give us a beautiful, beautiful football, because we need to see beautiful football. Because this last week,
it's been
boring.
0-0 England playing 0-0, France playing a boring game. Look at the game today, everybody is trying to get a draw, nobody is trying to take risks. So I hope these heroes give us more performance in knockout stages. See you guys next time.